This is Chuck Johnson, and I'm here to show you. Yo, this is Chuck, and welcome to episode 18 of How to Defeat Dudes. So for this episode, we're going to be continuing our discussion about women's self-defense, and at the suggestion of YouTube user the Alamonte Films, we're going to be doing an episode on hair pulls, or how to get out of a hair pull. And just like in the last episode, we're going to have our wonderful co-host, bikini model and women's fitness expert, Miss Mona Onoue, helping us out. What's up, Mo?
Why am I dressed like this?
Oh, that was just a decision on the production side of things for the show.
I thought you were the producer.
Oh, yeah, that's mysterious.
In Japanese, we have an expression for a mysterious situation like this.
Really? What is it?
あなたはスケベ.
Anata wa skebe?
No. As you're saying it, the grammar reverses, so you gotta say, 私はスケベ.
Ah. Well, there you go, folks. There you have it. Watashi wa skebe. So now, moving on to the technique at hand. Much like when you're dealing with wrist grabs, if somebody grabs your hair, it's because they're trying to control you. Okay? So for example, if I grab Mona's hair and I just start pulling on it, then basically she's kind of got to go wherever I pull, right? So if I grab it and I just start doing like this, ow! Ow, dude! Stop hitting me!
You pulled my hair!
So anyway, moving on. Now, if somebody grabs your hair, it's obviously because they're trying to control you. So the first thing that you need to do is to stop them from having control. In order to show you how to do that, first I'm going to have Mona go ahead and grab my hair. Okay. Grab my hair. Ow, 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 ow! So if Mona's got me by the hair here, now if I'm not holding on like this, then she can pull me pretty much wherever she wants to go, right? So what I do is I grab onto her wrist like this so that I've got control of her wrist. So then even if she pulls, it's not going to hurt as much. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reach up and then I'm going to slide my hand up and grab one finger, if you can, the pinky finger, because that's the smallest and it has the weakest grip. And then you just yank that off and you can peel their hand off that way. Now, if someone grabs your hair, it's obviously not going to be in an open hand the way that Mona's had to be on my head. It's going to be in a fist. Either it'll be in a fist up here in one way or another, or it'll be in a fist like this when they just grab a handful of your hair. But in either case, it's still not that hard to get access to the pinky. It would be difficult to get these other fingers, like maybe these middle ones would be hard to grab, or the index finger would probably be difficult as well because it's going to be covered by the thumb. But as you can see, the pinky is still pretty much wide open. So the first thing that Mona would do is she'd reach up and she'd grab my wrist with the other hand so that I can't just jerk her all over the place. Now she's got a little bit of control, or she's blocking my having complete control. Then the next thing she would do is she reaches up with the other hand and then just wraps her hand around one pinky and then just peels it back until I let go. Or if I don't let go, she keeps peeling it backwards until it just breaks. Now the danger of this technique is that if Mona's got one hand here wrapped up around my wrist to stop me from jerking her around, and then the other one is working on the pinky, then obviously I've still got one hand free that I could hit her with. And she might be able to block it with her arm or something like that, but it could be hard. So one way around that is if she actually steps off to this side so that it can kind of neutralize the other arm, so that it's a lot harder for me to hit her that way. It's not a perfect solution, but it'll be helpful, and it's better than nothing. So now let's recap that technique one more time. So from here, I've got a grip on Mona. 1, she grabs my wrist so that I can't just jerk her all over the place. 2, she reaches up with the other hand and starts working the pinky. And then 3, while she's doing that, she steps off to that side to kind of neutralize the other hand while she can get the pinky off. So anyways, guys, that's it. That is the whole episode on hair pulls. Again, this is a relatively simple technique, but as with all of these techniques, unfortunately, none of them are perfect. That's simply the nature of martial arts. Okay? And that's one of the reasons why you have to train, is you train and train and train so that even if things don't work out exactly the way that you train for them, then you can still understand the logic of the technique and you can adapt it to the situation. Okay? So please just keep in mind that even if somebody does grab you, it may not be exactly the way that we trained it or exactly the way that I showed it. And you have to think about doing whatever you have to simply make it work anyway. And then if you do, that's when the technique will save you. This is Chuck. That's Mona. Thank you so much for watching and hope to see you next time.